My name is Ebony Walden, urban planner, DEI consultant, and avid traveler. Join me as I travel the globe and explore the beauty, culture, creativity, and cuisine of the African diaspora in my new web series, Black Beyond Borders. In the first episode of Black Beyond Borders, I landed in Dakar, Senegal for a 6-week remote working journey at my friend Aisha Bullett's home in Phare. Then I took a quick weekend trip to St. Louis, the former French capital of Senegal, for a weekend filled with new friends, art, coffee, connection, and even a bit of car trouble. This week, I'll be celebrating my 44th birthday and the kickoff of the Biennale, Senegal's contemporary African art festival. Let's jump into it. We got back on from St. Louis on a Monday, and then Tuesday was my birthday. I turned 44 here, which is so funny because two years ago I was here turning 42, so it's a full circle moment. I got up and I said, what do I want to do today? Fatu, who is my friend Aisha's wonderful cook, made me a wonderful breakfast. I went on a nice walk, and then I said I want to go to a spa. And so they have something here called Mamelles, which is a full body scrub. And I had one of those and a massage. So I was at the spa maybe for about 3.5 hours. It was absolutely lovely. I sat down and had some tea and a snack, and then I went to my massage where they oil you up, got you massage, some stretching. I mean, I had the whole place to myself. So that was a wonderful birthday treat. I love the sunsets here when I'm going. I guess it is southwest when I'm walking along the airport road near where my friend lives in the Phare. And so I was coming down that way and just introduced to the wonderful sunsets here. And although it was maybe an hour walk, I love walking, love getting in my steps here. The cabs are kind of crazy and I don't feel like they know where you're going necessarily. So you have to know where you're going. So I was like, let me just walk. It'll be a nice sunset walk. And then me and Anjali got in the car and went to Shady's, which is a Lebanese Mediterranean place here. They have really good wraps and hummus. And the highlight of our trip is we went to Phare de Mamelles, which is the lighthouse here. Mamelles, it's basically called Mamelles from mammary gland. It's two big humps or two big breasts. It said that I think a woman lied down in the sea, and so those mounds are her breasts. So on the top of that is the lighthouse, and they have like a show which was very reviewish, very cruise ship entertainment, but it was fun. They sing US songs like Black or White or I'm So Excited, interviews with some Senegalese live band, and then they had hip hop and R&B after that. They came around, they sang happy birthday. We had a little crew that was dancing and having a good time, and I took, of course, a little photo shoot on the lighthouse. That was my first time there, and just had a lovely evening. It's a really interesting thing to go to a place and just see how universal music is. So there were people, Senegalese people there, people from France. There was a woman from Egypt. There's European folks there, and we're all singing and dancing. We're singing and dancing to 80s, 90s hip hop, which I absolutely love. And I'm just thinking about, we're singing Black or White or I'm So Excited, and everybody knowing the words. And the Black woman from France was like getting down. She really knew the words. And so the universality of music, but also how much African-American people through music and culture, entertainment have shaped world culture. So many people I know here, actually a majority of people that I met here that are Senegalese and folks that speak English, particularly on Aisha's staff, are people that learned English through music and television by singing our words, our lyrics. Everybody loves, old school or 90s and 2000 hip hop, and it just warms my heart. I can go somewhere and there's people from all over the world that speak my language, but also people that look like me have shaped music and culture internationally, have this common language of music. So that was great. After that was election day, was on my birthday, and so got the results. It was really heavy the next day. It was really interesting being out of the country when you get for me, saddened election results when America kind of has failed again to be progressive and to move forward, and has chosen to move backwards and towards white supremacy, right? And away from inclusivity, away from first female, first Black and Indian woman president, to a white man that has shown himself to be racist, sexist, xenophobic, and really incites division and incompetence. Anyway, so that was kind of saddened, but it also made me realize that I was in another country, that we as Black people, we can stay and fight, and that's also part of our heritage. But we also have options. We can go other places where maybe it's a little bit warmer, maybe it's a little bit easier in some sense, right? There's opportunity cost to be Black, and what does that mean? And I don't necessarily want to live overseas full time, but I would love to have a house of residence, another place that I call home, to get some level of refuge from what we experience in the US. So that was my reflection on that, but just a heavy time the next day. And then the Biennale. So the Biennale is Senegal's contemporary art festival. They have it every 2 years. It's a month long and really features, so I believe there's an international competition. There are a bunch of official artists, like 50 something official artists across the African diaspora, that win and get to show their work in the Grand Theater here on exhibit for the whole month. But then there's a number of off events where there's art and art openings everywhere. And so we went to the first day of that. We had tickets because Anjali through Africana Film Festival, was a film festival out of Richmond, Virginia, was an off event. And so we got tickets. We went to the Grand Theater downtown in downtown Dakar. And the president was there, and everybody was decked out in there from regalia, and people represented in different countries. The two partner countries this year were Cape Verde and the United States. So we had artists from there. The president spoke. And it was just such an honor to be in a room new here and just seeing people come together to celebrate creativity in the continent and across the diaspora. So that was just a wonderful, again, introduction to this place. That evening, we also went to the ancient Palace of Justice, where they had the international exhibit, and saw artists from places like Rwanda, South Africa, the UK, and other points across the diaspora. That night and 2 or 3 other times, and saw so many different artworks interpreting their world, or responding to the need for environmental justice, or their interpretation of it means to be Black, or just art for art's sake. Whether it was portraits, they did a design exhibit, so they had furniture, they had clothes, and it was just lovely to see the world through so many different eyes, so many different colors, so many textures, so many shapes. And it's just to celebrate Afro-descendant artists, and be in the midst of that, like for us, by us, we have something to contribute to the world, whether it's art or fashion. And so for the next week, that's pretty much all I do, is go every day. I look at Time Out Dakar, which is like what to do, and I went to an opening, whether they were at restaurants and hotels and coffee shops, all had art openings. So I spend the rest of that week, and pretty much the second week, going to different art openings around the city and just stumbling into the beauty. I met a Nigerian artist who had his exhibit at the Village of Arts, not that far from where I was staying. They were in Yoff. And so he invited me and walked me around. So it was them. They had 12 different pieces from 6 Nigerian artists that had competed to come show their work in Senegal. So he was a sculptor, there was a photographer, and different art mediums. And so he showed me his work that was displayed. Very proud, very wonderful sculpture, and some really beautiful pieces. And then was able to walk throughout the village to see the works of other Senegalese artists. It's like an art, what do you call it? An art camp or a residence or a lounge. And so that was wonderful to see. I think the Biennale was just a wonderful event to be a part of and experience, just the immersions and the convergence of art and artists in these places, and then just having it widely available and the city embrace it. So for the first, I guess my second and third week were Biennale heavy. And of course, eating and drinking my way around Dakar, going to music. They had concerts with the Biennale, so I got to experience some Senegalese artists as well in the music standpoint. I didn't know what they were saying, but again, I just felt like every sense was flooded. I was overwhelmed with creativity in a really, really good way, and the creativity of being Black. And that's sort of the epitome of why I came back to Senegal and why I started this journey, because I was like, we take lemons and make lemonade. They try to bury us and didn't know we were seeds, and we're still living, breathing, and thriving and making, both for the sake of, a reflection on identity. So many of the different artists, there was a South African and an artist from the UK that were talking about, one was talking about police brutality in South Africa and prisons, and another was talking about colonial maps, right, that were kind of used to then colonized or think about the rest of the world being colonized by these tools that she shred. And so it was really a reflection on identity, but also social justice, but then also beauty converging, right? They tried to bury us and didn't know we were seeds. And so through the Biennale, I really saw the seeds of Blackness and how they have taken root around the world, and then bringing that back here to just bask in over the course of the month. It's beautiful. Coming up next on Black Beyond Borders, I find my remote working groove in Dakar, Senegal, dive into good food and better vibes with new friends, and sneak away for a sunny escape in Sal, Cape Verde. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun.